Hello Libra, thank you for coming back to my channel if you're a returning subscriber, but if you're new to the channel, thank you for coming, yes, please don't forget to like and share or like and subscribe. So now in your first house we have Saturn return age. So the first house is everything to do with yourself, your personal, your personal independence, how you're making your way outward in the world. It's also your physical body, it's your appearance, your personality and your characteristics, self-oriented interests, everything to do with the self, yourself. And it's also what you project outward to others, what they see when they see you. And this can change throughout your life as well. So it's what you project, what people see, and everything to do with yourself, even your physical vitality and just what you're projecting at any given time. So with Saturn return age, this is, Saturn does two major revolutions in a person's, usually in a person's life. So what this brings in is, it's kind of it's a wisdom and understanding and maturity. That's what it should be bringing in for you. So it's a time of introspection and a time of looking back perhaps at what has gone on and figuring out what has worked, what hasn't worked, what has stood the test of time, really, because that's what Saturn's all about. It's all about the passing of time. It's it rules time and age and wisdom and understanding and a whole lot of other things. It's also a very realistic card. So you take a long, hard look at everything in your life, what has been, where you are now, and it's like an assessment of what it is that that you need to let go of and what it is that you're going to take with you now going forward. So for some people this can be very hard. It can be really hard because it's kind of what hasn't worked may be the most prevalent in your life, and you're now looking at it and thinking, well, what do I do now? You know, that hasn't worked. I'm running out of time. I'm getting older, or whatever the case may be. And for some people it's a kind of, as I said, a time of maturity and wisdom where you can actually take all your life experience and apply it to your current situation. But it's a challenge nonetheless. It's about putting the past behind you as well, which is very important. So it's about correction as well. So as I said, what hasn't worked before has got to go. And then you need to rebuild from there. It's about also, for some people, it's about taking responsibility for your own hopes and dreams and your goals, your ambitions, what you want out of your life, whatever that may be. It's also letting go of illusions, so it's a very realistic look at everything. And it can also bring in age issues. So this is to do with the actual physical body. So you could be feeling your age, or you're noticing things now about yourself that perhaps weren't there before, the odd wrinkle or the grey hair or whatever. Or you could just be feeling it in your body. You're feeling older. You're not as fit as you used to be, or you're not as mobile as you used to be. There can be lots of ways coming in for you. It could also be your outlook on life. So you're taking a very strong, hard look at everything, and cutting back, and it's almost like a form of austerity. It could also be that you're looking at the future and planning for the future. So age issues. So what do I want to do when I retire? What is my aim now? What can I do now to help me with that later? Things like that. But anything that you achieve at this time, with Saturn in return, anything that you achieve now, anything that you are actually achieving and building a solid foundation will actually be long lasting now. So whatever comes out for you and has come out as solid and sure, then you can, it's going to be permanent. Then in the second house we have Cancer, I feel. Your second house is your house of income, however you get your income in. It's also the house of your self-worth and your value systems. So those are all kind of integrally connected. So, you may find that your income affects your self-worth and your values, or your self-worth affects your income. They're all interconnected. What you value, who you value, and it's all about possessions as well. So this is everything that you own, all the things in your life that you own. So this can be real estate, land, property, ownership of anything, vehicles, anything like that. All comes into the second house. So with this with this card coming in, Cancer, I feel what it's bringing in for you is heightened emotion. So emotion is going to be high. It's sensitivity, very sensitive to what's going on around you. You may be really tuned in, actually, to other people or to circumstances or to trends or whatever is going on in your second house. So this is all about going with your feelings and your intuition. So I feel once you integrate everything that's been going on in your first house, once you start looking at things very carefully and deciding what's working for you and what isn't, and cutting back and changing, then you go into your feelings. Okay, so how do I feel about this? What is my intuition about this? Because it looks like, certainly from an income point of view, there's going to be cycles and fluctuations. It could even be to do, as I say, with your values, what you're valuing, and your ownership. Perhaps your ownership is changing of certain things. So there's cycles, there's fluctuations, there's the past and memories coming in for you. So you may be looking back, which is what Saturn is all about, looking back and realizing that, that hasn't worked, or this old habit which you've had, this repetitive habit which you've kind of fallen into, even if it's a codependency or something like that, just isn't working for you anymore, and you need to change things. So the moon rules our habits, and the moon rules Cancer. Okay, so don't live in the past. You can look back, see what went down, and change it up. This card is also about building resilience. Cancerians are very resilient people. They go through a lot of emotional stuff, but they're very resilient. So that's what you've got to build up now. This card can also bring in issues to do with protection and security. So protection of your assets, what you own, and security thereof, and feeling secure in your environment, feeling secure with your income. All issues around that. Domestic issues may be coming up for you as well. They may need your attention. So redirecting of income towards that, or something to do with that. Or it could be something that you value as well. Perhaps it's women's wisdom that's coming in for you. But all issues to do with women. Women's issues, women's wisdom, and how women get along. So you may have a whole lot of women in your home. Perhaps you have daughters, perhaps you have a wife. It's all to do with that. If none of that applies, it could also just be about self-nourishment and self-nurturing, which is very important with Cancer. Cancer is naturally protective, naturally nurturing. So that is about protecting yourself, nurturing yourself in whatever way is right for you. Because when you nurture yourself, then you are able to nurture others as well. It's also to do with food and diet, so that may very well be coming in for you. Perhaps you need to change that up. Perhaps you need to take better care of yourself at this time, and that's going to affect your self-worth and therefore your income and a whole lot of other things. It could also be about buying and selling antiques, old things, so it's to do with the past. Perhaps you're involved in that as well. Possessions to do with that could be coming in for you. So just be aware that it's going with your feelings and your intuition to ride the waves of whatever's going on in your second house. Then in your third house, you have part of fortune increase. Lovely card to have in your third house. So your third house is your house of communication. So this is all forms of expression, your forms of expression. So this is written, verbal, online, body language, however you express yourself. And this can be to people in general. It can be in a public space, and can also be with specific family members. So this is aunts, uncles, cousins, siblings, even neighbors come in on this. So communication in general. This house also covers contracts and documents of all kinds because it's written, right? So this house can also cover short trips of all kinds, local. This is local trips, not international. So with part of fortune increase, that's exactly what it is. This is things landing in your lap. This is really good fortune coming for you. But I feel because it's in your communication house, this is about you and your brand. So you are your brand. So what are you doing to enhance your brand? How are you enhancing your brand at this time? What is your expression? How are you expressing yourself? How are you actually getting your point across? How are you making your way in the world from a communication point of view? So that's all going to be in the spotlight. There's recognition and reward for bringing that yourself to the fore here. It's also, there's a certain element of fate and karmic triggers coming in here, which is going to stir hidden talents in yourself. So you may discover that you have a hidden talent in some form or another with the communication field. And this could be electronic as well, or technology. So something comes to the fore, something gets triggered and it comes to the fore. You discover you have a hidden talent or an ability of some kind, and you need to bring that in to your brand, to enhance your brand, to enhance you as a person and how you express yourself. And you may need to study further or hone that ability in some way. So there's an element of fate in that. This card is also about good flow, very good flow happening around you, to you, from you at this time. Learning, teaching, studying is all highly indicated and well favored at this time. You're going to be resolving conflicts as well. If you've had a conflict or some kind of, could even have been some kind of legal issue or some kind of contract issue, this is a very, very good time to resolve it now. You've got this very powerful card in your corner. It's a very favorable time to express what you need and to overcome obstacles that have been in your path, difficulties, conflicts, anything like that. It's a time of success, popularity, and respect as well. Benefits and gifts are going to land in your lap in some way. It's a card of also being very good with promotional work of all kinds. So this could be work-related or project-related. But it's a time of moving ahead. It really is a very good, shifting forward. Then in the fourth house, you have Taurus. Your fourth house is your house of home, your physical home, the atmosphere in your home, and the people in your home. But it's your home in general. It's also your relationship to your family, your roots, your foundation, your ancestry, your ethnic identity. And this is a big thing for some people. Some people have very good relationship with that and some people don't. So your fourth house governs that, right? So with Taurus, I have coming in, this is actually, it's a very nice card to have in your fourth house. This is about your garden of possibility, literally your garden as well. It could be your physical garden, time to get into the garden, time to actually work physically in the garden. It's going to be wonderfully beneficial for you, but it's also symbolic. It's the garden of possibility. So this is you really planting seeds and growing things that are, very beneficial for in your home. It's really is. It is bringing beauty and abundance into the home, or creating beauty and abundance in your home or for your home, or with your home environment. It's bringing in artistic things, beautifying things. So you could be renovating, you could be changing your home even. Because with this card, also money matters are very much highlighted. So all things to do with money, accounting, banking. It's a very good time to take out a loan, so possibly a home loan. Numbers and currency are highly indicated. Real estate, property, and investing in all of that. So if you're looking to buy a home or invest in a property at this time, excellent time to do that now. So it's all about that. It's creating stability for you as well. This is a very stabilizing card. It's also the card of sensuous activities in your home. So whether you're making your home more sumptuous, making it your castle, making it beautiful, bringing beautiful things in, beautiful fabrics, making it very comfortable. This is about sensuous activities. This is about sex. It's about home comforts. It's about food. It's about relaxation. So it's about creating all of those lovely home comforts, lovely things, lovely environment in your home, and like a boudoir almost, a place where you feel at your very best, and where you feel comforted, and you're enjoying a lot of sensuous activities, and that's the full spectrum of that. So it really is a lovely card to be having at this time in your fourth house. Then in the fifth house we have Sagittarius IC. Your fifth house is your house of your recreational activities of all kinds. So this is fun activities, or any kind of activity which is recreational and just fun for you. It's something that you enjoy doing. It could even be sports, any kind of activity really that is enjoyable for you and lights you up. It's also the house of creativity. So this is your creativity and creative projects. It could be, a career for you. It's also the house of love affairs and it's the house of children, your children, or somebody else's children, or other children that you're associated with at this time. So it could also be your interactions with them from a creative point of view, or activities with them. So it kind of sort of interconnected there. So now with Sagittarius, I see this is a very outgoing card. It's a very freedom-loving card. So what you perhaps need to do at this time is to bring freedom from routine and any restrictions which you have been through recently. And, last couple of months, you've had some very, very tough months. So this is freedom from routine, freedom from restrictions. So you need to change things up a little bit, change things up, change your routines, change which way you go to work in the morning or which way you do things. Just change things up to give yourself more freedom, more adventure, more exploration, more fun. That's what this card is all about. And that could be to do with your children as well. It could even be to do with a love affair that you're having. You need to change things up, to spice things up, change the way things are going, bring in more freedom and enjoyment and fun, really. And travel may also be indicated in this. So, it came up in your third house. You've got an increase there. Perhaps you've got some money now to actually enjoy a trip and with your significant other or with your children or however you want to do it. But it's all about that, creating that lovely environment where you can just let loose and go and enjoy yourself. There's a speculative element to this house and to this card as well. So gambling could be coming. You maybe want to go for a casino weekend, or you just want to enjoy a splurge on the stock market. But it's an activity, a stock market. So it's an activity that you enjoy, whether there's a risk element to it, or it could even just be some form of adventure, which has got a taking a chance element or a risk element to it as well. It's about expansion, this card as well, in some way in this house. It's about growth, and you could be making your mark in some way as well, or you could be receiving a lucky break in some way. So if you're a sporting enthusiast and you're part of a sporting club, or you've got a sporting activity, you could be getting a lucky break, or you may just be making your mark. Perhaps you're achieving something that you've wanted to do, because Sagittarius is also very sporty, very sporty, outgoing. They love the outdoors. So any kind of activity around that, any sporty, outgoing, nature-loving, sort of socializing, anything like that is going to be well indicated at this time. This card is also about being truthful with yourself and truthful with others. So you may need to just bring that in some way, shape, or form into this fifth house. It could just be being truthful about what you want or what you want to do. So say to them, look, I need to change things up. Let's change our routines. Let's do something different. Let's try this. Let's do that. But communicate, be truthful about how you feel, what you want to do. And then I'm sure people will get on board. Just be careful with money. You could be a little bit careless or reckless or just overindulgent at this time. You have got a little bit of funds coming in, but there are cycles going on as well. So don't blow it all on something unnecessary. By all means, go have fun and enjoy, but just just keep your eye on that as well. Then in the sixth house, we have Mars force. So sixth house is your house of work, your workplace, your work colleagues, your work projects, and your daily routines around that. It's also your health and diet, and it's the house of pets. So with this card coming in, you're going to be facing a challenge of some kind of challenge is coming at you in this house, whether it's a health challenge or a work-related challenge. But it's a challenge, and you may have to sort of compete, defend, or protect yourself in some way, or protect your interests at any rate. So this is warrior energy. This is about getting fired up about something, really bringing in enthusiastic attitude, getting fired up. It's a very, feeling very driven and determined to achieve something. Perhaps it's an ambition that you want or a goal that you've got, and now you're feeling like you've really got the energy to move ahead with it. But you will have to move ahead quickly on something that could be coming in for you as well, because this has got a speed element to it as well. So move ahead quickly on something if an opportunity comes to you, or some kind of decision needs to be made, or you see an opportunity, or you see a gap. Or it may be, as I said, a protecting of your interests. Okay, somebody may try and come in and take over something that you've worked very hard on. So just watch that. The law and the military also come in with this card. Could be related to you in some way. Perhaps that's your work. Perhaps that's your profession at this time. So yeah, this is very much a warrior energy. This is your will, your determination, and your absolute going after what you want. This is what this card brings in. When it comes to health and diet, just be careful that with accidents, because you could be rushing and you may have an accident of some kind. This also brings the blood quickly to the surface. So blood pressure issues may be coming in, especially if you're under pressure or you've got to compete or you've got something a big deadline or something going on. So blood pressure may be a problem. Or you could be just overheating from a lot of, as I said, the speed and the force of this. It's a very stimulating card. You could be coming out in rashes. You may also be working really hard or burning the candle at both ends, and then that affects your iron level, so just be careful with that. It could also be just that you are feeling especially passionate about everything, and that could be passion in all departments in the physical body, as well as your lust to succeed, or your just lust in general, and that is affecting the body in that way as well. So it's all about the pumping of the blood around the body, and all of those related issues. Then we have seventh house is your house of relationships, your close personal relationships, and it's also the house of so it's love relationships or business partnerships. Okay, so now with void of course moon missing coming in, what it's saying to you that at this sometime during the course of this month, may not be the whole month, it may just be a period, so just keep a lookout for it during this course of this month. The void of course moon is when the moon goes dark for a period between signs. Now it changes signs every 2 days, so this is a frequent changing energy. So somewhere during the course of this month you may just feel that you enter this dark period where things just go quiet for a while. You don't have the wisdom of the moon to highlight things for you, so it's a time of to just rest and dream and sort of plan. It's not a time to take action on something. So take a short break and just stay as you are in your normal routine until you feel the urge to take action again, and then you can start afresh or start anew or get that whatever it is that you want to do in this house. So this could be as I said, it's a relationship issue or a business relationship. This is something that you want to do, some action you want to take, but just during the course of this month you may just have to take a step back and just wait for the energies to change. So if there's stuff going on, it could be drama or any kind of changes going on, just let the dust settle for a while, and just prepare while that's going on. Let the dust settle and you prepare during that period. There's a kind of it's you're waiting for things. You're waiting for things to settle. It's things are not quite ripe yet for that action that you want to take. It could be a few days, maybe maximum a week, I would think. But just stay in your normal routine. You can do spontaneous activities and things, but anything that you're planning or anything that requires, your specific action on a plan or something you want to launch, or something new that you want to start, just wait until that energy has passed, because there's a very strong possibility that you don't have all the facts and things go wrong. You get delayed, mistakes happen, or it's a waste of energy. That's something that you wanted to initiate, you try to initiate, doesn't come off. It's because of this quiet period. Just let things stay as they are until you feel the energy shift, and then you can start on that new course of action, whatever it is that you want to do. But it's a good time to rest and dream, sleep, and just get everything in your mind, think it through, plan, and until the time is ripe, and then you can launch whatever it is you want to do. Then in the 8th house, you've got another lovely card coming in. This is the 8th house is your house of it's sex, death, and rebirth, and all issues around that. Okay, all issues to do with that. So it's bringing in a very beneficial time for you. So it's going to benefit all of those areas. Okay, so this could be a symbolic death. It's normally an ego death. So something falls away and makes way for something brand new or renewed. Something comes to light from something old. You know, you could be having the most amazing sex life. There's all kinds of connotations with this. But this house also covers big finance. So this is your, investments, your insurances, taxes, accounting, banking, legacies, trusts, inheritances, all those sorts of things. So if you've got, if you started anything from a sort of 10 to 12-year period, we're going back in time. If you had something on the boil then, or something you wanted to launch, or something that should have launched and didn't, or some plan that you shelved, or something that kind of just never took off and got sort of put on the back burner or forgotten about, or an old idea even. But it's from that time period, because Jupiter takes about 12 years to go right the way around until it comes back to its position again. So during that period, that thing, whatever it was, lay fallow. And now with Jupiter return benefits, it's going to bring benefits back to you from that, whatever it was from the past. It could even be somebody coming from the past, but it's usually to do with an idea or a plan, or it could even have been a business, or something that you started or wanted to start at that time and didn't happen. It just didn't happen for whatever reason. And this same thing could very well come back to you now and bear fruit at this time, and it's going to be very good. It's going to be very, very good. It's something comes out of the debris of the past, something that's kind of died off, what you thought, well, it's gone, it's dead, and something comes back out of it again. But apart from that, this card is a green light card. It's a doors opening card. Obstacles are lifted. And it really is an opportunity to pursue your goals with abandon. Really, it's a wonderful manifesting card. Your dreams manifest with this, and can manifest with this. So really, it's about what you planted before. This is earned luck. Okay, so gifts come to you. It could also just be the renewal of faith and strength. And it's about showing gratitude. You must show gratitude at this time as well for what is coming to you, because that is going to generate more as well. It's a destiny card as well. So whatever comes up for you in this house, you need to take quick action on it, and persevere with whatever comes up. Persevere with the action associated with that, because developments are going to happen very quickly. You need to take action on it quickly, because Jupiter return is not a long-lasting action. This is not a long-lasting card. So it will come to you, act on it quickly, and follow up with perseverance. This card can also bring in rescue from something as well, or grace, or a second chance, anything like that. So any of those aspects of the 8th house are going to come under the rays of this very, very beneficial aspect. Then in the 9th house, we have Yod Destiny. So now with this card, the 9th house is it's a very broad house. It's got a lot of aspects to it. But so let's just see try and pick out for you however it may affect you. But the 9th house is all about personal, the gaining of wisdom, personal exploration, adventure, traveling. And this is traveling to foreign countries. This is not, this is international travel. It's not local travel. And if you're not necessarily traveling yourself, you're going to be coming into contact with people or concepts or cultures or belief systems that are foreign to you. It could even be a business, import, export, or something like that, or online, and you're dealing with people from other countries. Any kind of endeavor to do with that. It's also further education and study. So this is higher education. This is university level and adult education. So choosing a course of study, you may be making very strong decisions about what you want to study now. It's also the house of philosophy and religion and belief systems, and all the understandings that go underneath that, the search for meaning. It's also the house of teaching. Perhaps it's a profession for you, or you want to go into that. It's also the house of publishing. It's the house of promotional work of all kinds. Whatever promotional work, it could be associated with your job currently, and you're now getting involved in promoting something to do with this work. It's also the house of your relationship to your in-laws. That may be applicable at this time. It's also the house of the law and the higher courts. So you may have a court case or some kind of legal issue which you need to deal with at this time. So with your destiny coming in, it's saying to you that destiny is at work at this time. So you cannot force issues right now. What the card is asking you to do is to trust the path that you're on. So you must pursue your own path. You must find your own truth in this house. It's also about your inner knowing, consulting your inner GPS. So there's a lot of self-analysis in this. You may be making a really big decision at this time, what you want to study, where you want to go, what you want to do. Or it could be to do with, your publishing or teaching or, promotional work. Or it could be a court issue as well, so legal thing, or just studying the law in general. So, but this is coming to understand your own truth, what is right for you. You could be pioneering as well in something. Maybe there's something that you're trying to do, something that you're bringing to bear, something you want to produce, and it's requiring you to really dig deep, to stay your course no matter what, to really, you're going to be on your own pretty much. And this is appropriate. You're not going to get support or advice from others, and you don't actually need it. It's just going to interfere in any case. You've got your own inner knowing. You've got your own GPS, so you must follow that. You're probably going to be feeling a little bit out of step with other people. But this is necessary to bring out, to force you to consult your own truth. So there's perseverance involved in this house as well. You may be working alone or in privacy on something, and it could be a legal matter. Whatever it is, whatever's going on, you're going to need to stand strong. There's fate involved, and so you just got to let things unfold. But just stay true to yourself, to your own particular path. It's also about looking at what is working, what isn't working, and sifting it out. There's adaptability required in this. And you may just find there are some chaotic circumstances going on around you. Perhaps there's been big changes and you're trying to work out how to, pioneer a way forward for yourself. But you need to just weather through it all. Because while you're doing this soul searching and trying to figure out how to progress, that is how you find your way and you actually make a lot of progress. As I said, public relations is also indicated here as well. But your third house, which is the opposite of this house, your third house is going to help you with this, because this is all about this, harnessing your brand and your communication abilities and the increase of all of that and finding your hidden talents and so on. So when you find, you may just be, while you're doing this pioneering and going and doing this deep searching for what it is and finding meaning in what it is that you're doing, this card is you may just find that your hidden talents get stirred through circumstances, and that's where you find your way. So these two are working hand in hand at this time. Then in the 10th house, we have earth element stability. So this is stabilizing influence coming in for you. And your 10th house is your house of career, reputation, and your public status, and fame as well, if that's applicable for you. It's also the house of authority figures. So this could be a mentor or boss, or management, or it could be the law or the military, but it could also be just an authority figure in your home, like a parent or somebody else that you look up to, and a person that you admire. So with earth element stability coming in, this is saying you need to draw on your inner strength at this time. So this is about digging deep. You need to stand strong at this time. You need to get organized, because you're probably going to have to prove yourself in some way. So you need to be self-assured, but you're going to be building a solid base at this time. And that's very important right now. This is about bringing practicality in. You need to be methodical and you need to be patient about what's going on here. Or you could be seeing these elements in of somebody that you look up to at this time, an authority figure. You could be learning from them. So this is all these elements are in you, or you're seeing it in somebody else. Just be careful. Just avoid criticism of yourself and others at this time. It won't do well for you, that attitude. And also look at stubborn old ideas or views that may be holding you back at this time. So fear of new things, sort of holding on. Either this is in you or you're seeing it in somebody else. But But action is needed in order to move yourself forward. You need to let go of these old ideas and things and try something new. So don't be afraid, all right? You're going to be meeting important people at this time, very important people who are going to sort of move you forward in some way. They're going to be very beneficial to you in some way. You could be going into business right now. Real estate, land, so purchasing, the buying and selling of land, and also purchasing land in order to grow food or to be self-sufficient, and all land issues are indicated at this time. Then in the 11th house we have Leo, I will. So the 11th house is your house of friendships, and it's your house of your personal hopes, your dreams and your wishes for yourself, and your hobbies and your interests. It's also the house of your networks and your contacts that you have in your life, what you're building up. And also group activities of all kinds, whether it's an association or society or a club that you're a member of. It's you in association with others. So with this card coming, it's a lovely sunny card, very warm card, very outgoing card. There's strength and honor in here, so that you may be needing to bring that into a friendship that you have, or somebody, a friend is bringing that in for you. But it's also about being in the spotlight. And this is like a public arena. So you may be visible in some way in the public arena, whether it's media or some kind of public activity, but there's recognition involved. This is about standing up and being counted in some way. So the spotlight's going to be on you. Your originality and your individuality is going to be highlighted at this time. So bring those elements in, your creativity. It's a very, very good time to advance your reputation and your career. There's social activities indicated here. And going into the end of the year, for end of the year Christmas parties and various other things, it could very well be indicated for you. Children are also indicated with this card, so that may be, somehow involved in this house for you. This house is also about following trends and global consciousness, and also social reform and causes. So children may come in that in some way, but also following trends and creativity and so on could be coming in for you. Then in the 12th house, we have water element sensing. So your 12th house is your house of your unconscious drives and motivations, what's going on under the surface. It's also the house of where you go to reflect and retreat. When you need to withdraw, this is the house you go to. It's also the house of your spiritual life, your meditation, which is very well indicated with this card, mysticism, healing, when you need to get healing internally. It's also the house of escapism of all kinds. So whether this is just you escaping for a short while to take a break, or whether you're turning to addictions of all kinds, so just be aware of that. It's also the house of service to others. Okay, so this is almost selfless service to others, whether that's a profession or an interest of yours. It's also the house of karmic lessons, and so it's also the house of your experiences when you're involved, when you visit hospitals and institutions of all kinds, like banking, government institutions, libraries, universities, prisons even. So any kind of institution, it's your experiences there, yourself or with another. So with water element sensing, I feel this is laying the groundwork for all these other things that are going on in your chart this month. This is about your deep sensing of your own self, what you feel internally, your own inner wisdom. And you need to just be aware that when you follow your senses, when you actually activate this deep sensing ability, it's not always logical. Okay, so logical things may not always be a part of this. This is going with your senses and following that. So it's consulting your inner wisdom. You need to go inward at this time, or to take breaks periodically. You need to go inward to conserve your energy and just rest and just prepare, because there will be periods of intense activity and you need to prepare in between. Take a break, just reorientate yourself and do some self-analysis. Gather your energies and your resources, all right? If there is any drama going on around you, just let it blow over. Let it sort itself out while you do your inner processing. Just be careful that you set your boundaries at this time, that you don't get to take an advantage of others while you're quiet in those periods of quietness, because you will be feeling sensitive and compassionate. Don't let people take advantage of you. Set your boundaries. You may be finding that you need to work alone at this time during these periods when you just retreat. but your imagination is going to be strong, your creative abilities are going to be strong, and you just need to go with the flow during this period. And visits to water bodies of all kinds, so that's the sea, lakes, rivers, dams, whatever works for you. Water bodies and spending time near there will help you to do this internal processing and gather your resources and just rest a little bit between activities. Okay, Libra, looks like a good month for you. Certainly hope you enjoy it. Please don't forget to like and share or like and subscribe. And take care, and I will see you next time.